Hello, everyone. I was actually, good evening, everyone, to all my parents, to all my students. If you aren't here, I'm not for sure. I am early. I am definitely early today. Maybe tomorrow I get on at exact time, but I'm just like 30 minutes early. So I'm on here to talking about, like I said, we would get on comparing whole numbers. It didn't type. What happened? So I'm going to be, oh, there it go. Comparing. Hi, Anthony. Who is Anthony? Which student is this? Is this Jace? Because so I hope you have your homework out. I hope you have your, are you in my, are you in my fourth grade class? Well, he didn't answer. I'm not for sure who that is. So make sure your parents know that you are on YouTube. We're going to talk about with the comparing home number, can't even get my words out. Compare. Decide if one number is greater than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Those numbers and so on. So, and whole numbers. What are whole numbers? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My internet connection for some reason keeps messing up. So excuse the video if it messes up. It's page 21. Students, let me know when you get on. This 1-3. And remember, this homework is due on Thursday. I figured I would get on and help some of you that may need help with your homework. Okay, another look. If you have a page out, another look. Which distance is greater, the moon's distance from Earth on February 7th or March 5th was 227,000? Hey, John, you got 7th, it was 229,909 numbers. The 10,000s and the 100,000. But the main number you're going to use is that's if these numbers are the same. So if you come here, I have my paper. For instance, this is the 10,000. No, this is the 100,000. Now, the 100,000 numbers are the same. But if you come back here, um, the ones are different. That's a 6 and that's a 3. Then come over here. In the tens place, it's a 7 and it's a 6. Come to the hundreds place and it's a 3 and it's a 7. Then you go on and go on. But as we can see, the bigger number we are place, it's a 5 and a 4. And the 5 is bigger. So which sign, um, Kenneth. Oh, hey, Kenneth. So we're going over homework. So make sure you have your sheet out. So some of you, if you're on here, if you finish, well, you're not gonna finish. I'm not gonna finish tonight. I'm only doing half today and the rest tomorrow. So it's like 20, I said it was 20, 21 problems. So we're gonna do 10 and a half today and 10 and a half tomorrow. So as you can see, it's 854,376, 850, 376. So which symbol are we going to use? The greater than, less than, or equal sign? Because that's what we're going to start using. Okay. So if you, what eats up the bigger number? The alligator. The alligator eats up the bigger number. Yes, this is fourth grade homework, fourth grade math. What's the new math teacher name? I can't even think of his name. So this is the sign. So this is the sign that you're going to use because it's greater than. So now it says write the numbers, lining the number up. Make sure when you're comparing numbers, line the numbers up unless you just automatically know which number is bigger. Like for instance, if you have a 5 and a 4, is that greater than, less than, or equal? Are you in the fifth grade? And if I'm not mistaken, I think fifth grade, are you doing expanded form now? I'm not for sure. I heard your teacher talking about it a little bit today. I mean, you could benefit. So then we go to the next digit. The next digit, those two numbers are two also. So then we go to the next digit, and the next digit is a 9 and a 7. The 10,000 digit is the same in both numbers. That's the two twos. The first place where the digits are different is in the thousands place. And which number is bigger? The 9. The 9 is bigger than the 7. So 9,000 is greater than 7,000. So that number will eat up just like that. The moon's distance from Earth is greater on February the 7th because the question was which one is greater, March 5th or March 7th? Okay. What other information can you gather just from the question? Which distance is greater? The moon's distance from Earth on February 7th or its distance from Earth on March 5th? Okay. So now we're moving on to complete by writing, either greater than, less than, or equal to. Sometimes I find it easier just to go through all of them. If you go through all of them, try to figure out, okay, like number 9. Number 9, all those numbers look the same. So number 9 would be equal. That would be equal to. But let's go back up to number 1. So number 1 says 854,376, 845,763. So which one is greater? Which one is greater? Is it 854,345,763? I think that 854 right there, up that big number, the 152,876. Which one is the bigger number? Again, you compare those numbers, the fives, but the fives are the same. So in the hundreds place in 52,789 and then 52,876, as we can see in the hundreds place, so that Pac-Man is going to eat up 52,876. Okay? You can interrupt anytime, anybody that want to talk. It's not an interaction, but if you have a question about this math, I don't know if any of my fourth graders are on here. Leave a question and I can try to answer it the best I can. 944,321 compared to 940,123. So we go to the 100,000 place, both of those are 9s. We go to the 10,000 place, both of those are 4s. Then we go to the thousands place, and that's a 4, and on the other side there's a 0. So we already know which one is bigger. 944,321 is larger than 940,123. So the big number is going to eat up 944,321. Okay? So now we go to the next one, number 4. We already know those numbers sound just alike. Sorry, let me get my book. So that one gets an equal. And also remember, number 9 gets an equal because those numbers are equal. Okay, number 5, 3,125 compared to 4,125. We go with the thousands place. In 1,125, which one is bigger? Well, we already know that 4,125 is larger. So that Pac-Man is going to eat up that larger number. Number 6, 418,218 compared to 41,821. We already, if you count how many numbers that is, that's 418,821 only has 5. So we already know which number is bigger. The bigger number is 418,218. The question is, how much money would you take? Would you take the 418,218 or the 41,800? Okay. My computer keeps cutting off. I would have used my phone. So number 8, 634,600 compared to 635,647. So as we're going to go down, the six, those two sixes are the same. Those two threes place. There's a 4 and then there's a 5. Which one is bigger? Of course, we know that 5 is larger than 4. So we're going to say the Pac Man, the alligator, I say Pac Man, some people say alligator. The alligator is going to eat up 635,007. That's what's going to eat up the bigger number. And number 9, we already went over number 9. You can count the digits. It's automatically equal because it has the same amount of numbers. And 1 million, and 1 million is exactly the same. So now the next question, for 10 through 15, write which place to use when comparing the numbers. So now this one wants to know, as you can see, the numbers are lined up, just like I had it on here. Numbers are lined up. So we already 100,000. So always line your numbers up. When you're doing adding and subtracting, always have your numbers lined up. As you can see, my numbers are lined up. So I already know. So in the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000s, and the 100,000. So let's see if these numbers 3,176, 3,472. So it asks the question, which ones are we going to compare? We always start at the beginning, and the beginning number is what? It's 3. So 1 and there's a 4. Which numbers are we going to compare? We're not going to compare the threes because those are the same. So we have to go to the very next number, which is in the hundreds place. So that's what you're going to write. You're going to write hundreds for that particular answer, number 10. Number 11. What number did I say we were stopping at? This would be my last problem right here. 899,451 compared to 756,451. Which two numbers are we going to compare? We already see that is 7. So we can already compare those numbers. Like I said, we start off at the first number. So those are the two numbers that we're going to compare. In the hundreds thousand place, it's an 8 and it's a 7. And we already know which is the bigger number. 899,451 compared to 756,451. So we already know the bigger number is 899,451. So I am stopping right there. Tomorrow we will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So tomorrow we are going to do 10. Okay, we'll just finish off the rest of the hope you got something out of this. I hope you're able to get at least half of your homework. I'm striving and striving and striving and striving and striving. And striving even harder for you to get your homework done. Fourth graders as well as fifth graders. I want you to get your work done, get your homework done, study, study, study. Math only gets harder when you get in higher grades. So right now we're going over some things we went over in third grade. So please, girls and boys, get your homework done. All right, thanks for looking, and I hope you got something out of this subject. Compare whole numbers.